George Soros is a name whispered with a mix of admiration and apprehension in the hallowed halls of finance. He is a man who built a fortune by understanding the rhythm of global markets, a speculator with the Midas touch. But Soros is more than just a financier. He is a philanthropist, a political activist, and a lightning rod for controversy. His life story reads like a Hollywood thriller filled with daring escapes, calculated risks, and billion-dollar gambles. From his childhood survival of the Holocaust to his rise as a financial titan, Soros has consistently defied expectations. He is the embodiment of the American dream, an immigrant who rose from humble beginnings to amass unimaginable wealth. Yet his success has been shadowed by criticism, accusations, and even conspiracy theories. This is the story of George Soros, the man who moved markets and reshaped the world in his image. George Soros' story begins in Budapest, Hungary in 1930. Born to a Jewish family, his early years were marked by the looming shadow of World War II. The rise of Nazi Germany cast a long, dark shadow across Europe, and Hungary was not spared. In 1944, the horrors of the Holocaust reached Soros' doorstep. Facing persecution and the very real threat of extermination, his family was forced into hiding. His father, Tivadar, a resourceful and courageous man, secured false identities for his family, saving them from the clutches of the Nazi regime. These formative years left an indelible mark on the young Soros. Witnessing the fragility of freedom and the devastating consequences of unchecked hatred shaped his worldview. The experience instilled in him a deep appreciation for democracy and a lifelong commitment to fighting oppression. These early lessons in survival and resilience would serve him well in the years to come, as he navigated the treacherous waters of global finance and the often turbulent world of geopolitics. After the war, Soros sought refuge in England, arriving in 1947 as a young immigrant with little more than the clothes on his back and a thirst for knowledge. He enrolled at the London School of Economics, immersing himself in the world of ideas. It was here that he encountered the philosophy of Karl Popper, whose concept of open society resonated deeply with Soros's own experiences. Popper argued for societies based on critical thinking, free debate, and democratic principles, ideals that Soros would champion throughout his life. While philosophy captivated his mind, finance offered a path to financial security. Soros landed a job at a merchant bank in London, starting at the bottom of the ladder. His sharp intellect and keen eye for opportunity quickly became apparent. He rose through the ranks, mastering the intricacies of international finance. By the early 1970s, Soros had relocated to New York City, the epicenter of global capitalism, ready to make his mark on the world. In 1973, Soros founded the Quantum Fund, a hedge fund that would become legendary in financial circles. Here, he honed his skills as a speculator, a master of predicting and profiting from market swings. Soros's investment philosophy was unorthodox, a blend of economic theory and an almost intuitive understanding of market psychology. He believed that markets were inherently irrational, driven by fear and greed rather than cold, hard logic. And when he spotted an opportunity, he pounced, making bold bets that often left more conservative investors baffled. His success was nothing short of phenomenal. The Quantum Fund generated staggering returns, turning Soros into a billionaire many times over. His reputation as a financial wizard grew with each successful trade, but Soros's ambitions went beyond simply amassing wealth. He saw his financial success as a means to an end, a way to fund his philanthropic endeavors and promote his vision of an open society. Section 5, Black Wednesday, a defining moment. Soros's reputation as the man who broke the Bank of England was cemented on September 16, 1992. It was a day of high drama in international finance, and Soros played the leading role. The British pound was under pressure, pegged to the Deutschmark at an unsustainable rate. Soros, sensing an opportunity, borrowed heavily in pounds and converted them to Deutschmarks. The scale of their selling was massive, putting immense pressure on the pound. The Bank of England fought back, buying up pounds to prop up its currency. But the market forces unleashed by Soros were too powerful. The British government was forced to withdraw the pound from the European exchange rate mechanism. The pound plummeted, and Soros walked away with a reported $1 billion profit. Section 6, The Alchemy of Profits and Philanthropy. While Soros reveled in his financial triumphs, he remained acutely aware of social inequalities. He believed true success was measured by the positive impact on society. In 1979, he established the Open Society Foundations to promote democracy and social justice. Soros's foundations support a wide range of initiatives, from promoting free elections to combating corruption and discrimination. His philanthropy is as bold as his investment strategies. He has poured billions into education, healthcare, and poverty reduction. Critics accuse him of advancing his own agenda, but supporters see a genuine desire for a just world. Section 7. Open Society, Open Criticisms. George Soros's outspoken views and active involvement in political causes have made him a polarizing figure. His critics, often from the political right, accuse him of meddling in the affairs of sovereign nations and using his wealth to manipulate democratic processes. His support for liberal causes such as immigration reform, drug policy reform, and criminal justice reform has drawn the ire of conservatives who view his philanthropy as a threat to traditional values. He has been accused of funding protests and political movements, of bankrolling opposition groups, and of using his influence to destabilize governments he opposes. These accusations have often been amplified by right-wing media outlets, portraying him as a puppet master pulling the strings behind the scenes. Soros vehemently denies these accusations, arguing that he is simply exercising his right to free speech and supporting causes he believes in. George Soros's life and career have been defined by bold bets and big ideas. He is a man who has never shied away from taking risks, whether in the financial markets or the political arena. His legacy is complex and multifaceted. He is a financial genius who amassed a fortune through speculation, a philanthropist who has donated billions to promote his vision of an open society, and a lightning rod for controversy whose political activism has made him a target of both admiration and scorn. His impact on the world is undeniable. He has reshaped the landscape of global finance, challenged conventional wisdom, and used his wealth to champion causes he believes in. He has been a voice for the voiceless, a champion of democracy, and a thorn in the side of authoritarian regimes. Love him or hate him, there is no denying that George Soros is one of the most influential figures of our time. George Soros, with his immense wealth and outspoken views, has become a favorite target of conspiracy theorists, particularly those peddling anti-Semitic tropes. These baseless theories often portray him as a shadowy puppet master, controlling world events from behind the scenes. These narratives often tap into age-old anti-Semitic stereotypes about Jewish power and control, casting Soros as a sinister mastermind seeking to undermine national sovereignty and traditional values. They accuse him of orchestrating financial crises, manipulating governments, and funding social unrest for his own nefarious purposes. The internet and social media have provided a breeding ground for these harmful conspiracy theories to flourish. Disinformation campaigns, often originating from far-right and extremist groups, spread like wildfire, amplified by algorithms and shared by unsuspecting users. These baseless accusations have real-world consequences, inciting hatred, violence, and discrimination against Jewish communities. They create a climate of fear and distrust, undermining democratic institutions and eroding social cohesion. George Soros is a man of contradictions, a complex figure who defies easy categorization. He is a self-made billionaire who champions social justice, a ruthless speculator who donates billions to charity, a champion of open societies who is often accused of undermining democracy. He is both revered and reviled, admired for his intellect and philanthropy, and vilified for his political activism and financial success. His life story is a testament to the power of ideas, the allure of wealth, and the enduring nature of prejudice. Perhaps the key to understanding George Soros lies in his unwavering belief in the power of reason and the importance of critical thinking. He is a man driven by a deep-seated conviction that the world can be made a better place through human ingenuity and compassion. He is an enigma, a man who has spent his life challenging the status quo, pushing boundaries, and defying expectations. And as long as there are inequalities to fight, injustices to expose, and open societies to defend, George Soros will remain a force to be reckoned with. Even as he enters his twilight years, George Soros remains a relevant and influential figure on the world stage. He continues to speak out on issues he cares about, from climate change to the rise of populism, and his philanthropic endeavors show no signs of slowing down. His Open Society foundations continue to support a wide range of initiatives around the globe, promoting democracy, human rights, and social justice. He remains a vocal critic of authoritarian leaders and a staunch defender of liberal values. While his critics may dismiss him as a relic of a bygone era, his ideas and his legacy continue to resonate with a new generation of activists, philanthropists, and changemakers. His life story serves as an inspiration to those who dare to dream big and use their resources to make a difference in the world. George Soros, the man who moved markets, challenged conventions, and sparked countless debates, is a testament to the enduring power of ideas and the impact one individual can have on the course of history.